What's going on, people? Hope you're always out there staying safe, staying healthy, you know, taking care of yourselves and each other. It was a very interesting weekend, to say the least. The No Kings rally generated about 7 million people protesting Donald Trump. I guess that is a very eye-opening experience for a lot of people, especially the Republican Party, because apparently we're all supporters of Hamas, and we're all legal immigrants or aliens and criminals, and radical leftists, as they want to put it, and all their other propaganda against people who just don't want to stand up for this injustice that is going on towards a lot of innocent people that don't want to lose health insurance or see their premiums skyrocket because things are already expensive as it is. And Donald Trump, being the great leader that he is, and I use quotes for that great leader, would rather make AI videos of him flying a plane wearing a crown, dumping feces on people, including influencers who speak out against him, than gathering all the leaders to get together to make a budget, make a plan to open the government up again. You know, we don't have money to fund healthcare, but we can give $20 billion to Argentina. So I'm asking all of you people who are MAGA, who are these white Christian conservative nationalists, to look in the mirror and really do some self reflection and a reevaluation. Is this what you want for America? Is this what you are standing for? Standing for people to lose their SNAP benefits so they can't feed themselves or their children, to see people losing their Medicaid, losing their rights and their benefits, to see people scooped off the streets who are legal citizens just because they speak a different language or a different shade of color. It's ridiculous. You have people who are protesting outside of Chicago and not posing any violent threat, being hit by pepper balls, including a pastor. So you clearly aren't the party of religion. You claim to love children, but Mike Johnson, who is coddling Donald Trump's balls, will not swear in the duly elected Congresswoman from Arizona because she's the deciding vote to release the Epstein files. So clearly, again, like I've said before, you only care about children when they're in the womb or when you can freaking take advantage of them. It's just ridiculous. You have JD Vance, who's a freaking tool, having Twitter wars with influencers, is trying to influence his party to come to the negotiating table. He's downplaying what the young Republicans are saying, just kids being kids. I just want to clarify: the young Republican group ranges from 18 years old to 40 years old. These are grown people using the N word, using anti Semitic comments, glorifying rape, and this is the future of the Republican Party? Really? This is what you stand for? You don't care about democracy. You don't care about the Constitution. All you care about is power. You don't care who you hurt to get to where you want to go. You don't care if you degrade women, if you hurt children, if you hurt minorities. You only care about yourselves. And then you deflect and you downplay. But heaven forbid that the left protest something, then we're criminals and we're Antifa, which is not an organization. It's just an idea or a philosophy. There are no members of Antifa. And then they spread this freaking propaganda and commercials, and they even weaponize social media. They're claiming black people are going after ICE, and they're just using other people's TikTok videos. So now you're trying to raise rage bait to have your ICE war criminals go after black people now because you don't care who you hurt. You only want to keep yourselves in power. You want to money grab and land grab all you want, and you don't care who gets hurt in the crossfire. and it's ridiculous. It's we're holding you accountable, and heaven forbid you be held accountable for your words or your actions. I mean, Mike Johnson is a fucking joke of a leader for the House. He needs to be kicked out, and I'd be so glad come midterms when Akeem Jeffries is the leader, because that's what we need. I can't understand it. It's not my lane. I'm gonna stay in my lane. It's not my thing. Things are clearly that your responsibility. But yet, anytime Donald Trump says it does anything, you deflect, you downplay, you brush it off. It's ridiculous. He's grifting the White House, doing anything he can to make money for himself. And these tariffs, what a fucking joke. You thought that these countries would bend a knee to the United States? All you're doing is hurting hard-working people, including our farmers. These farmers had to do business with China, and now they're getting their soybeans and crops from other countries because they don't want to be dealing with us in any way, shape, or form. Your racist rhetoric hurt us from getting a car manufacturing plant from Hyundai in Georgia, I believe. But yet you still gripe, bitch, and complain about the freaking pipe deal that Biden wouldn't sign off on. Oh, he cost us 11,000 jobs or something like that. What about the 80,000 jobs in the plants that aren't going to be built now because of your racist rhetoric? Even South Korea took part in the No Kings protest. Another nation way across the ocean is standing up to Donald Trump. That says something. I'm asking you, MAGA tards, to really do some self evaluation, some self reflection. Is this the country that you want? Is it okay that you suffer as long as other people suffer too? Huh? Is that makes get you off, makes you happy? Huh? I know that Donald Trump is every white man's dream, wet dream. He's got a hot wife and he's rich and he says whatever he wants. Yeah, he can do that. You can't. You're not in that position. And it's like you need to wake up and realize, look in the mirror. You're not Donald Trump. You don't have 7, 8 figures in your bank account. You freaking go to Winn Dixie or Piggly Wiggly or go to Walmart just like every other normal everyday citizen. Stop trying to put yourselves on pedestals and think you're better because you're white or because you're a Christian or you're heterosexual or you're a Republican. You're not. You never will be. He doesn't give a damn about you. And it's time for you to wake up and realize that. He used you, he bamboozled you. And it's like you really, by now, should have realized that. Your lives aren't getting any better. Groceries haven't come down. And in fact, things are getting more expensive. And when you lose your health coverage, when your SNAP benefits run out next month, which they're supposed to do if they don't negotiate a deal, what are you going to do then? Who are you going to blame? You're going to blame the Democrats who aren't in power? You're going to blame Antifa, which doesn't exist? You're going to blame everyone but the person that you should be pointing the finger to: Donald J. Trump, Mike Johnson, J.D. Vance, Rose Boyd, everyone else. Stephen Miller, that freaking zombie. Everyone else gets a pass. Christine Ohm gets a pass. You just hate to admit that maybe you were wrong. And let's get it. We're all wrong from time to time. But this is ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting flabbergasted just at like what's going on in our country today. It used to take pride in being an American. It used to stand for something. Now it's shameful. You have people in the streets protesting a current administration, and I've seen this before. We all have in our history, but not to this degree. A president that's supposed to be uniting the country is just dividing everyone, blaming everyone else but himself, taking credit for things he had no hand in doing. Oh, I created a peace deal. Meanwhile, Israel is still bombing Gaza. You're basically just like taking credit for Biden's deal. You went to Netanyahu and said, "Don't sign off on it because it's going to make him look good." Because that's all you care about. It's how you look, praising yourself, patting yourself on the back. Eh, You need to be impeached again. You need to be indicted again, and this time you need to be thrown in jail. You are a pedophile. You are a crook. You are a horrible human being. And I will say that to my dying day. If it gets me landed in jail, so be it. I am not going to hide from how I believe, and I'm going to stand up for the truth, and I'm going to stand up for democracy. This is bullshit. And I've had enough. And as you can see, most of America has had enough. And it's time for you people who voted him in, who supported him, who buy his merch, to realize that he grifted you. And then last time I said the truth hurts, and it's true. The truth does hurt. But it's now you need to face the truth and realize that you've been played, bamboozled, hoodwinked, used. Enough is enough. It is time to stand up for democracy and the truth and for the right of the people. Well, I'll get off my soapbox now. It's just me, just being honest. Catch you guys on the flip side.